Holy fuck. Alright. Slow ass computers, fuck. Okay. Damn, I hate this stupid ass thing. Alright. I've already been over this before. I've been watching some other lawyers go over this. I know a thing or two about Constitution myself and have been very vocal that we have a problem with some of the court systems, for they are political and they shouldn't be. I'm talking about for either side Republicans or Democrats. And it really pisses me off how the courts are not supposed to be played into politics, but be about the Constitution and stuff like that. Lately, Supreme Court has messed up, the right to bear arms and magazines and stuff like that, and they are misinterpreting those rights. And it seems like both sides want to take away our constitutional rights in some way or fashion, and different types of ways, and stuff. I said from the get go that Trump had full authority under the Constitution to have federal troops take over, state jurisdictions, which he does. He barely got a win here. I think he's going to go to Supreme Court. And honestly, again, there's stuff that I like and hate about Trump. Plenty of stuff. But this is one that every president has full authority. You know, people do not recognize that also Obama deported over 3.4 million illegals. They're just now making just now making a big deal, and nobody looks at Obama. They don't. Um, I was right, of course, and I think it's going to Supreme Court because this SOB Newsom he wants California destroyed. He has a lot of illegals that are in the state and they could make up the vote, and he wants those millions of votes and districts redrawn as well, for his political side. Um, let's see what's going on here. Some breaking. So some sides are saying that it's extended for that he can honestly, the courts don't have a right to even interfere. Can't even tell the president what to do because no matter what political side you're on, the president has full authority to use federal troops. All right, that's what the creation of the Constitution was. In its creation, it gave the president full authority. So
Following breaking news from Southern California, and a short time ago, an appeals court releasing a decision allowing President Trump to keep control of
they can't do shit about it. They don't have a say. If you want to, you could say fuck the courts. He could actually say that. Again, there's stuff that I hate and like about Trump. Notice this is only 30 seconds long here. Because they don't want this out. The news is creating a problem here.
National Guard troops he deployed there over immigration raids. This decision comes after a lower court found the president acted illegally when he activated them over opposition from the governor in California. The president argued the troops were needed to restore order.
That's not it. Let's see. Let's see.
My name is Monse. I am from Mexico City, and I moved to the U.S. about...
I just want to give a shout out to Anton Daniels on this. There's some stuff that we do agree on and stuff we don't agree on. I just want to see some of these other content creators put out new stuff like that and get what they have to say too. So, shout out.
10 years ago. If you're a liberal baddie just like me, please leave a blue comment in the section because my comment section has been flooded by Republicans lately. I'm not really sure why I'm on here today. I think I have a lot on my mind. I want to rant. It's been a really hard week, so take what you want from this, I guess. I recently made a video about how even though in the US we can make more money and probably get better opportunities, we still don't think it's a better country compared to our home countries. Well, my comment sections are now flooded with people saying that a negative and a negative is a plus. So I am saying the US is better. People are saying I should go back to my country. People are saying that I should go up against the cartel and speak up again in my own country so that I can have better wages in my own country and that I could just move back. Yeah. And honestly, I was fighting these people in the comment sections for a really long time, but it just honestly became too much. I was kindly reminded this week that stupid, ignorant people do not want to learn, and we shouldn't spend our time and effort trying to teach these people.
So wait a minute, and I might be a little bit slow, but
let's also be honest. You got cartels over there, gigs over there. You could be cut down any time. You could be put into an acid bath. You could be raped or murdered at any time over there in Mexico or whatever. You come over here, you don't have the same. You don't have to fear about the same stuff. I mean, there's plenty of violence here, as it is, especially the illegals. Makes it that much worse with the crime and everything. But if you like it more over there, get the fuck out and go over there. I mean, I want to make this country better. There's a lot of problems with this country that I hate about this country, but I don't want illegals infecting this country.
Nothing that she said actually combats some of the comments that she just mentioned that
like I said, you come here, do it the legal way. Go through a legal process.
He just said, and why they don't make sense. So why won't you go and fight the cartel? But instead you over here protesting in the United States of America and you moved here. Yeah. Why won't you go back to Mexico City? Yeah. Why won't you actually advocate for higher wages and more industries to build in Mexico? Why won't you hold your legislators and your leadership accountable for who it is that you have in office and why they continue to support the Mexican cartels and not rooting out all of the crime and the issues and the problems, and why do they continue to allow for themselves to be taken advantage of by other countries in order to ship products into the United States of America? Why are y'all so interdependent on the United States of America? And why did you come here instead of advocating for your country to be back great again? Instead, you want to sit here and cause chaos and corruption.
Yeah.
And, you know, she's sitting there talking about, oh, no, your country ain't nowhere near as good as ours. But she won't go back home. She won't actually embrace the thing that they running away from. And let's be clear, Mexico City is one of the better cities inside of Mexico.
Yeah.
And trust me, I've been there.
point.
I've been to
Yeah,
multiple different cities
yeah.
inside of Mexico, central Mexico, the whole 9 yards, right?
Yeah, until you get into the foothills, into the hills, that's where it's dangerous. Mexico City, South Mexico City could be pretty good. Outside of the city, that's where cartels, gangs are, and stuff like that.
They won't go there. They won't stay there because it's not better than the United States of America. But she's
That's
feeling
right.
some type of way because everybody is getting on her ass. But let me, before we continue into this video, let me show you the original video so that some of you may not be familiar. Some of you are. This is the more recent video that she's doing in response to all of the negative feedback and pushback that she's gotten from the culture that is basically saying, listen, you're not going to come over here and talk shit about the United States of America and still think that we rocking with you. No. You just showed your true colors. So this was the original video that she posted, and this is why she got so
She's
much
actually
flack and
gorgeous,
feedback.
but she doesn't
Let me
have-
hold your hand when I say this. We do not move to America because we think it's a better country. We move here because
Yeah,
it's
you
a
do.
little less worse than our other countries. Because you're
bullshit.
stupid to think that we moved to this country for some hot dogs and some baseball. We have better vibes, music, food,
what I say.
culture, history,
bitch.
literally all of the above.
What a
We just
fucking
moved here
bitch.
because we are looking to make more money and offer a better chance for our families. Did you know that the minimum wage a day, not an hour, a day in Mexico is not even 15 American dollars? Not even 15 American
So-
dollars. Right now with $15 in San Diego, I could go maybe buy a matcha and half of a granola bar, honey.
Matcha
If you support ICE, you support people getting destroyed. If you support families getting destroyed, I hope you rot
If
in
you're-
hell.
I think you should rot in hell with that kind of attitude. I really do. You do it through a legal process. You come here through a legal process. And this is the problem, is that so many illegals come here to get stuff for free. They get EBT food stamps. They get free health care. A lot of them can get free housing after a while. They get, state, monthly payments, card payments, debit type card payments, and stuff like that. Then they can get Social Security. Then they can also get Section 8. They can get special vouchers as well, some of them. So it depends. But, yeah, you talk about us like that, it's like, fuck you.
And I
And that's the original video that she posted, talking shit, big time energy. Now
Yeah.
all of a sudden she drained, she don't know what to do. If these people don't want to learn, no, you didn't teach us anything. You didn't give us any insight outside of continuing to substantiate why Trump should continue to remove people from the United States of America that's here illegally. But let's go back to the video that she was sitting here complaining about, and let's mine that out, and let's see if she has anything extra or additional to add into the conversation that would lead us to believe otherwise, or would change our mind on why we should have these illegal migrants deported back to the country that they came from.
Because you and I know that 2 + 2 is 4. But if you're consistently trying to tell that
That's
to
good.
someone who thinks it's 5, they're never going to get
That's the
it.
DEI.
I'm proud to see so many white people speak up. I've seen so many people that are in the
It's
military.
not this dumb bleep doesn't get that a lot of Latinos that came here legally are pissed off at people like her that come here illegally. You don't have a right to do that. You don't. it's actually it's illegal and stuff, and it's like I would think of trying to go to another country illegally. I mean, heck, that's just me. Um, that is. Let me go back. I lost my train of thought.
Proud to see so many white people speak up.
It's not just white people, like I said. There's, I mean, the stupid ass news and you dumbass biatches always say that it's white people. It's not white people. It's black, white, Latino, other ethnicities that are sick of you dumbass biatches doing this and everything. You think you're entitled. You're not entitled. You're not entitled to anything. Do it the legal way, like my ancestors did, or so those that are tribal just were already here and stuff like that. But when there's rapid crime and stuff like that as well, that's kind of this country has spies from China, Russia. We have guys, people from Ukraine. We have Filipinos, Vietnamese, Haitians. And it's not just about Mexicans. That's stupid news. That's doing that. So
I've seen so many people that are in the military families, people that acknowledge their privilege, speak up. And all I got to say is thank you, because even though your voice isn't going to be spread all around the United States, someone is going to watch your video and say, these people look at me, maybe I should change the way I'm thinking. To the Latinos out there that are saying, oh, we came here legally, why are you coming here illegally? That's not fair, blah, 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 blah. How could you go against your own community? The community that also is coming to this country to have a...
It's not just Latinos, you dummy. It's not just Latinos. There are people from Asia, Africa coming here too, all over, that is messing up this country, getting free benefits, stuff for free. None of you deserve that. None of you. So.
Better job, to have better opportunities, and most importantly, to be able to send back money at home, because we know the conditions at home are not that good.
They're here to take resources out of the American economy,
take our resources,
and send money back to Mexico.
Yep.
They are not hiding it. They are telling you. They are very forthcoming with their intentions, with their mindset, with their disdain for the United States of America. They are rallying each other that are here legally and saying, why are you against your people? Even though they are committing crimes by coming against the border, and we need to siphon everything that we can out the United States of America and send it back home. So and I'm gonna play the rest of the video for all of the people that are here in Americans. I don't care if you're black, I don't care if you're a white apologist, because of course there's going to be people that feel guilty about the things that are, and we over that shit. We over it. It's America first all day, every day. For all of you white apologists, and for all of the black people that continue to align with these people that got this mindset, how can you still stand on what you believe when it comes to the liberals and the Democrat Party and the, voting for people to still be here, when every single thing that they say goes against what you believe and what's best for you and your family? See the rest of what you got to say.
Babe, let me hold your hand when I say this. You will never be one of them. Never. As someone that came to this country legally via a work visa, I cannot comprehend that argument. There is room for a lot of us, and no one is benefiting from the benefits unless you're an actual citizen. Because let me remind you, an illegal immigrant actually cannot benefit from these benefits because they don't have a social security number. So no tax returns, no applying for Medicaid, no food stamps, no...
They want social services.
Yeah, they do.
They want food stamps, Medicaid. They want health care coverage. They want all of this. This is crazy. Yo, this is insane. What are we watching here?
No getting any COVID reimbursements that we got a couple years back. None of that. To me, it's simple. The people benefiting from illegal immigrants are the actual citizens of the country, but people don't seem to understand that.
No.
And if you made it to the end of this video, thank you. Thank you for
They're
hearing me
taking our
out.
jobs.
It's been a really tough week. I'm
our
sending a big
resources.
hug to all my liberal
all
baddies out
resources.
there.
Get the
Don't
fuck
stop
out.
fighting this fight because we could make a difference. We just need to make it right.
I don't really know how much more they gotta throw it in your face before you say, you know what, Anton? I gotta stop hating Trump because he was right about putting America first and what's best for America and making sure that these people that's not supposed to be here get out of here. As usual, I'm always gonna link back to the creators. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon, link is in the description.
I'm not for any political party, but the reason why a lot of us voted for Trump is because of illegals just totally taking over the country and taking our resources, our jobs, our housing, healthcare, stuff like that, and everything, and other Americans suffering, not getting housing, not getting the healthcare that we need, and not the aid that we need from disasters that have been striking America. So
Let me hold your hand when I say this. We do not move to America because we think
Why
it's a
is that
better
too?
country. We move here because it's a
why is there two of this? I was wondering.
As immigration raids continue around Southern California, some adult children of undocumented immigrants are stepping in to run the family business.
NBC4's McCollum Medina is live in Southeast LA with one family's story. Mac.
Well, guys, these are all adult children, U.S. citizens who are stepping up because their parents are too afraid to work. Take a look behind me. You can see here at this taco stand, one of 5. They are getting ready for the afternoon and evening shift. The owner of the stand is also working for his dad and mom, who are staying home fearing ICE.
Well, then they should be here illegally. This is the thing about the news, is that they're putting out propaganda, one-sided information. I mean, Americans need jobs. They don't care about Americans. This is the problem with stupid NBC News. Oh, this is the thing.
This is where the magic happens.
Jonathan Rios is proud of the small taco business he built with his parents over the last 7 years. But over the last couple of weeks, everything has changed.
We realized that it was real the moment that we knew that stuff was happening in East LA.
He says another time.
It's your fault that you're here illegally. I mean, you're getting stuff for free, getting free resources and stuff like that, and you're making money. There's no reason why you cannot do it the legal way. Unless you have some criminal background or something. I don't know. But I have no empathy for you guys. I like your food, but I have no empathy for you guys whatsoever. Okay? My ancestors had to do it the legal way. They didn't come here illegally. They had to earn their way. They had to prove that they weren't, criminals, stuff like that and everything. So, I really don't care. I really don't.
Because when you come to America, you're a guest. And you have to behave like a guest.
But they are less likely, immigrants are much less likely to commit crimes in this country than actually American-born citizens. And the other thing I just wanted to say is...
Liar.
Shut up! Shut up!
Because when you're disingenuous and out of touch with reality your whole life, and you get an actual immigrant who came here and did it the right way and accomplished so many wonderful things, had so many different accolades in the American dream, you're not going to get the cookie cutter fake response that they tell y'all to talk about. You're going to get something you ain't never heard of, or that you heard of but you want to deny. This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com, ladies and gentlemen, tis the season for 4th of July. So get you some 4th of July merch. Make sure you put USA 20 to get 20% off. We got the brand new Trump. This Uncle Trump, boy. This shirt's so cool, man. I cannot wait for them to finish printing mine. That joke is so funny to me, and I tell it to myself every day.
Shout out to Officer Tatum. I'm not for the stupid Trump thing or left thing. I'm not on our side. I'm not brainwashed into political ideology. Anyways, let's move on.
All right, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Officer Tatum, shout out.
Went on to The View, and this is not what they expected. Because when you're disingenuous and out of touch with reality your whole life, and you get an actual immigrant who came here and did it the right way and accomplished so many wonderful things, had so many different accolades in the American, accomplishing the American dream, you're not going to get the cookie cutter fake response that they tell y'all to talk about. You're going to get something you ain't never heard of, or that you heard of but you want to deny. Listen to this interview. It made me, I ain't gonna lie, I watched this 3 times already because it light me up to see The View get embarrassed by bringing a host on or a guest on that they were not prepared for. Roll the clip.
But you were governor already.
I was.
You can't do it again.
I was. I'm not governor anymore.
But you are. But you know, as an immigrant yourself, you are an immigrant. You're an immigrant in this country.
Legal.
Did you have a visceral
He's a
reaction to
citizen
what
now.
they're doing, what ICE is doing, when you see the videos of it?
Citizen.
Well, I tell you, you said that the immigrant, I'm so proud and happy that I was embraced by the American people like that. I mean, imagine they came over here with the age of 21, with absolutely nothing. And then to create a career like that. I mean, in no other country in the world could you do that. Every single thing, if it's my bodybuilding career, if it's my acting career, becoming governor, the beautiful family that I've created, all of this is because of America.
That's true.
And so this is why I'm so happy to see firsthand that this is the greatest country in the world, and this is the land of opportunity.
You're clapping until.
And I think because I'm such a proud American and a proud immigrant that came to America, I was asked to do, on July 4th, a big speech, the keynote speech at Mount Vernon, where George Washington was laid to rest, where he lived and all that. to celebrate the 250th anniversary of America, the existence of America. And I will be doing the speech that they asked me because I'm an immigrant, and there will be 7,000 some people there, and there will be people that will be sworn in and will become citizens that day.
That's great.
So it's really a great, great celebration.
That's
This is
how
what
you
this
do
is
it.
all about, is to celebrate
That's how
people
you're supposed
becoming
to
Americans
tell
and coming to
your
America
face.
and all
His
that. And so
face.
I just think the world of the great kind of a history that we have with immigrants in
God.
America. But the key thing also is at the same time that we got to do things
Just
legal.
wait for it.
That is the important thing, you know. So you got to do things legal, and those people that are doing illegal things
Time
in
out.
America.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Pay attention. Y'all didn't see it coming. I saw it coming because I've watched
Yeah,
it
they
5,
did
6
not.
times
They
now.
thought
Well, I
he
didn't say 5,
changed
6. This
to
would be the 4th
Democrat.
time.
Yeah.
Go back to right before he said that, and don't look at Arnold.
Yeah.
Look at the women on The View. It's almost simultaneously. They go, Sonny Holston, who's right next to Arnold. She go,
Pretender.
and she like lean in and try to stop him from saying it.
Yeah.
Go back a little bit and then play it.
Some people there, and there will be people that will be sworn in and will become citizens that day.
That's great.
So it's really a great, great celebration. This is what this is all about, is to celebrate people becoming Americans and coming to America and all that. And so I just think the world of the great kind of a history that we have with immigrants in America. But the key thing also is at the same time that we got to do things legal. That is the important thing, you know. So
Keep going.
you got to do things legal, and those people that are doing illegal things in America and that are foreigners, they are not smart.
Then you get the fuck out.
Because when you come to America, you're a guest, and you have to behave like a guest. Like when I go to someone's house and I'm a guest, then I will do everything I can, keep things clean, and to make my bed,
Look at
and
her.
to do
Trying to
everything
stop
that is
it.
the right thing to do, rather than committing a crime or being abusive or
bitch
something
is
like that.
trying to-
So that doesn't really work in this country. So I think the important thing is when you become an immigrant, to think about, okay, I go to America because I want to use America for the great opportunities that America has
Right.
in education,
Right.
jobs, creating a family,
Right.
all of those kind of things. Then you have to think about, okay, if I get all of those things from America, then I have to give something back.
Right.
But you have a responsibility as an immigrant to give back to America and to pay back to America and to go and do something for your community for no money whatsoever. Give something back to after-school programs, Special Olympics, or whatever it is. Make this country a better place.
Time out.
Don't forget, there's
Time out. So what he just said should be a speech that they write down and they put it on a post on the wall. This is the epitome. I would say, if that's for lack of better terms, this is the model of what you expect an immigrant who love America, who's accomplished anything in America because they wanted to. It's what you expect them to say, to feel, to describe, to embody. Everything he said was perfect. Everything he said, from how much he appreciated the country, how much it meant to him to come over here to become an immigrant, doing it legally, giving back. You're not just coming to America to take. You come here, you receive benefits from America, but you also give back to this beautiful country because they've done so much for you. Nothing, that's the end of this discussion. But wait, them hamburger heifers, they got to come on there and say something to try to detract what he said because it made too much sense. Roll the clip.
90% of the people who come here are trying to do the right thing.
They're less likely to
and
commit crimes.
and it's the and
immigrants.
a lot
Bullshit.
of what's happening
You're
right
full of
now
shit.
is people are getting snatched who shouldn't be snatched out of the country. People who have
You
visas.
don't know if those kids are even their fucking kids. There are 500,000 kids that are missing from this illegal immigration. 500,000, not 350,000. It's up to about 500,000 now. You don't report on that whatsoever. You don't report on the human trafficking that's been going on, where they cross into this country and they have to keep paying these gangs and cartel people that have crossed into the border. You don't go into the trafficking, sex trafficking that's happening, with minors, the rapes, the murders, the drugs, the fentanyl. You keep on putting out this stupid ass bullshit of yours, and retards, unfortunately, believe it because they're fucking idiots.
People who have all those things. So we want all the right people. We don't want people who are doing bad stuff.
But they are less likely, immigrants are much less likely to commit crimes
You're
in this
full of
country than
shit.
actually American-born citizens.
No,
and the
they're
other
not,
thing I
you
just
fucking-
wanted
You
to
gotta
say
do it
is that
fast.
the
Hold on.
governor...
Look at how she's talking to this grown
Yeah, she's
man
trying to
who has
talk
accomplished
over it.
more than she would
Cause-
accomplish in
yeah,
400,000
like a teacher.
lifetimes. Sonny Holston is leaning in and talking to him like he's retarded or something,
Yeah, like
for
he's
lack
a
of better
little
terms.
child.
Some of y'all still get offended by
Like
that
he's
word.
a little
Like he's
child.
special needs.
Talk
He's
down
on the
to him,
spectrum. Let me woman-splain to this man who came here with nothing at 21 years old in 1983. That was before I was born. Mr. Olympia. I don't know how many great movies he was in.
Stuff
The
like
guy's
that.
acting career. I mean, all the things he's done since he's been here. He was the governor of California. And you're gonna talk to this man with gray hair on his beard, with a lifelong experiences, hundreds of millions of dollars in his bank account, and you're gonna try to explain to him some mythical reality that you created last night while you were lying to your husband and concocting a racism story, that somehow immigrants are less likely to commit crimes. How do we designate the likelihood of illegal immigrants committing crimes when we don't know they're here? How we?
Yeah.
This is what I want. Y'all got to always be mindful of this. When
This is
these
how politicians also hid. They would not report the crimes that they committed. They would just sweep it under the rug. That's how they say, they're not committing crimes when they happen. They just, if anything, they just report them as another crime. They would not put in their data that illegals are doing it and stuff. Never mind the part that illegals could drive illegally without a driver's license, without insurance, and they would not be jailed whatsoever. Even drunk driving and causing death, a lot of illegals were let go. But they don't put that shit out there. No, they don't.
nut jobs say stuff like this, you have to say, how do you calculate that? Illegal aliens are, she likes to say immigrants. They conflate immigrants because there's immigrants like Arnold Schwarzenegger who came here legally and did everything right. There's immigrants like Candace's husband who he became an American citizen and did everything right. Like some of my friends that have come here from Australia and other places, they come here to America, they do it right. Now, if you ask me, they probably are less likely to commit crimes than people in America because they can't commit a crime. Are they going to get deported? Are they going to lose their citizenship? I mean, it's all these different things, or lose their ability to become citizens, all these different things that are factors. Immigrants who do it legally are very different than people who lie, cheat, steal to get into our country. That's different. Immigrants who have social security numbers and driver's license and addresses on file are very different than somebody who come over here illegally with no social security number, no identity. Their name is Juan Lopez Garcia, Juan Lopez. They just make up names and put them out there somewhere. So what happens when they commit a crime? First of all, when you commit a crime against an illegal alien, a lot of these illegal aliens understand this. They ain't gonna call the police. Why? Because they don't want to get deported. So a lot of crimes that are committed in these underbelly society of our community or underbelly society go unreported because people do not want to contact police. So they get taken advantage of. And then when crimes are committed, how do they find people with no social security number, no identification, no nothing? If I go out and commit a crime right now and somebody go, oh, I think it was that guy that's on YouTube. Brandon Tatum. They find my date of birth, address, everywhere I used to live, my criminal record, everything pops up right there. Social security number, all that other. You go say, I think his name is Juan Lopez Garcia, Juan Lopez Perez. And then they go look him up and they like, there's 400,000 people with the same name. We have no idea who this person is. How old do you think he is? No say. They don't have no idea. So you got to say, he between 20 and 30. How you going to find somebody like that? Therefore, you cannot report a number. Therefore, you cannot designate or determine who the suspect was. So therefore, you don't have an accurate number as to the propensity of violence in illegal immigrants. Come on, bring it back. I go on my rants. I promise I'm going somewhere. Roll the clip.
Governor Newsom did not ask for the National
Use
Guard
them.
to
He's a piece
come
of shit.
to,
He
the federal
likes
government.
criminals, mental patients running the streets. He wants all those votes. That's the only reason. He doesn't care about the American people. He doesn't give a shit about us whatsoever. The only thing he cares about is his political party and getting those fucking votes. He doesn't care if people are getting raped, murdered, sex trafficked, or trafficked. He doesn't care if they're draining our resources, taking tax dollars, getting tens of billions of dollars. He doesn't give a shit about that. He's a piece of shit. Newsom is.
To come to California. There are 9,000 local law enforcement officers in California. Did he really?
Time out.
Everybody has to.
I have to debunk every little thing she say. These people are master manipulators and conflators. She said Gavin Newsom didn't request the National Guard. He doesn't have to request the National Guard according to the law. Donald Trump has a right to activate the National Guard if he see it being fit.
Right.
To do what? Not against the regular citizens, but to protect the federal buildings and federal agents.
Right.
That's exactly what he did. That's what had occurred. And
if the laws are not being enforced, the president has full authority to activate the National Guard and the military. When a piece of shit governor is not enforcing the law, not picking up criminals, allowing criminal activity. If law enforcement is being attacked, if National Guardsmen are being attacked, which people should honestly be shot for that, I think. These people, they're doing this, but
100% in his bounds to do that according to the courts. I mean, verified by the courts. Then you go off and you go, there's 9,000 officers in California. Ma'am,
a lot more.
The National Guard is not deployed all over the state of California.
Right.
They're only deployed in this one location where all these people are burning buildings and terrorizing federal agents, throwing rocks, all the videos you guys have seen. So 9,000 police officers means nothing because a police officer in San Francisco is not going to drive down to LA to patrol. A police officer in Fresno is not going to drive to LA to patrol. What are y'all? San Diego is not going to drive up to LA. So police officers in numeric form is irrelevant if we're focusing on protests and riots that are happening in LA. Okay, state police. You got state police, you got forest police, you got airport police, you got LAPD, you got LA County Sheriff, you got so many different agencies. So if you make it a functionality of what is actually deployable, you have a substantially less number. And every police officer that's works for the police department isn't on duty at the same time. Some people are working Monday through Thursday, or I don't know how they do it. We did 410s. Monday through Thursday, Thursday through Tuesday, or whatever the case may be, if my math is right. Some people are working a day shift. Some work the mid shift. Some work late swing. Some work overnight. 9,000 don't mean you have 9,000 available people at the same time. It's so disingenuous to me that it's, I don't know. Roll the clip.
I mean, look, this is a whole other issue because remember, the National Guard is under the governor's supervision.
That's right.
Yeah.
But, like for instance, when the National Guard was sent to Iraq during the Iraqi War, I was not the one that said, "Oh yeah, go to Iraq." The Bush administration came and said, "We need those people."
They came to you.
They came to you. And we need the resources,
Yeah.
we need the equipment,
Yeah.
we need the weapons, we need the vehicles to ship to Iraq.
Yeah.
And then they ship
It's the
to Iraq.
coordination.
So
It's the
that's why I
coordination.
say it is very important that we
This is the end of the clip anyway. Stop.
Authority
This
to do
dumb
what the president does.
lady on the end and all the rest of it's the coordination. It's the coordination.
Whoopi Cushion goes.
Gavin Newsom, Karen Bass have all said they're not cooperating
Yeah, which is
with the federal government.
Yeah.
They are not cooperating with ICE. They're not cooperating with the federal government. They have put in their legislation that local law enforcement will not, shall not assist federal agents in immigration enforcement. They have declared themselves to be a sanctuary state. They have said over and over, we will not support the federal government. So what kind of coordination do you think is going to occur if Trump is saying, you guys are watching them throw rocks at ICE agents. You have said you're not going to support us. Why am I asking you for National Guard support? You're going to say no because you said you're not going to work with us. Why should he act? They don't bring that part up. That's why Trump unilaterally said, which he has the right to do, I'm going to deploy the National Guard in the capacity to protect the federal buildings and to protect federal agents executing federal business. It's not rocket science. All right, anyway, I'm glad that Arnold Schwarzenegger went on there and spanked them women like they deserve, and I'm not talking about it in a good way. All right.
Shout out to the officer tick. I got better things to do, really. I couldn't. Nobody's watching this, then I go elsewhere on their platforms. Oh God. I'm done with this shit. Alright.